Welcome to another edition of Inside the Film Room. Bob Papa, two-time Super Bowl champion Carl Banks. Film Room brought to you by Microsoft, the official tablet of the New York Giants. In the third round, the Giants selected Dru Phillips out of the University of Kentucky. And Carl, he has really stepped in and done a nice job in his first year in the National Football League getting things done.
Yeah, Bob, the one thing about Dru Phillips is that he's a willing tackler. That's number one. If you're going to play defensive back in the NFL, there are going to be times where you have to be able to tackle. He has to cover the slot, which is often a difficult position because they can put any receiver in there and you've got to cover him. So he's a combination of a willing tackler and a good cover guy, but he also plays part linebacker too because they'll put him in for run support. He plays with great leverage, and he is a sure tackler. So this is the type of guy you want in your defensive backfield. Let's just take a look here at some of his coverage. Here he is on the slot at the top of the screen. You talk about short area quickness. What does short area quickness means? That means you have a guy who can go either way really fast, meaning the wide receiver, and you've got to be able to react to that. Right away, you can see he takes inside technique. It's an outside route. He's able to burst and break it up.
Yeah, it's against Jackson Smith-Njigba, who's having an outstanding season for Seattle. All right, let's take a little bit more of Dru Phillips in action.
Here he is, again, here in the slot. Let's just take a look. Again, good coverage skills here. You can see he understands his technique. He's playing inside technique here because he has a safety in a corner out bracketing, so he's got help to his outside. And let's just take a look at how he plays this. Good technique. Now he slides to a head-up position, keeps leverage on it, makes a good tackle. Now, why is this important, Bob? Because the defense was outflanked, right? So they roll over a third wide receiver. That means he's got to be on number two. He sees it, and he's got great instincts because the outside receiver is coming in to block him. He beats that block. Good open field tackle there.
Yeah, and he also anticipated, right, the receiver can't block him until the ball is caught, or else it's OPI. So he kind of staggers.
He staggers and knew exactly what to expect. Here he is again in the slot at the top. Again, he's out. He got the flat. Talk about leverage, right? He's basically playing a linebacker here, Bob. You've got one linebacker here, and he's the other linebacker. And he's got the flat. So he has to be out here in the flat. Anything that comes, he can't get outflanked. Again, he's got to look for the run, sees it, plays the flat, comes up, good open field tackle.
Yeah, that's a lot of responsibility for a rookie, too.
Well, again, playing the slot is a lot harder than actually being an outside corner because you don't know who you're getting at the wide receiver position in there. And you've got to be able to play both ways. And so he can do left, right, and he makes a tackle. Great responsibility for a young rookie, and he stepped up to the challenge.
So that's a look at Dru Phillips. Carl, what are some of the areas that Dru Phillips is going to have to now work on and refine as far as his?
Well, I think it's always going to be coverage because he's such a good tackler. Teams are going to try to challenge him to see if he's the weak link in the defensive backfield. So he has to continue to refine his cornerback skills. He's got to play it like a regular corner, like as if he was outside, and he's got to play a number one receiver because there are going to be times where they put a number one receiver in the slot, and he's got to do the job.
Certainly not a weak link as a rookie, and look for bigger and better things. That's a look at Dru Phillips inside the film room, presented by Microsoft, the official tablet of the New York Giants.